Back at it again. It's the guy Spencer. You know what time it is. It's time for the East Texas preseason top 10 quarterbacks going in for 2025. All of these guys were all district players last year. All of them led their teams to some pretty good wins and pretty big victories and put up a great stat line. So we're going to look at the top 10 returning quarterbacks. At number 10 from Tyler High, a 3-year starter. His name is Caden Granberry. Granberry is going into his third year as a starter. He's a small guy, about 5'6", but what he's able to do with the football, his ability to throw the ball down the field from such a guy with such a small stature is pretty immaculate, to be honest with you. He, as a sophomore, he was the district newcomer of the year. Last year, he was an all-district player. He threw for about 1,700 yards and 13 touchdowns in their season. The good thing about it for him, he's got one of the best receivers in Latrace and Harleston coming back for the Lions. And so with him coming back, he's the main target. He's about 6'3", 6'4". He can go get it out of a crowd. He's going to have the opportunity to throw it up and throw it up a lot to him. I think he's going to have big numbers and going to lead Tyler, I think, hopefully back to the playoffs this year in 2025. At number 9, we've got another quarterback from White Oak, Texas, Jackson Ludlow, who actually made my top 100 last season. He was a honorable mention All-State quarterback and a second-team All-State punter. He threw for 2,103 yards for 23 touchdowns and just 7 picks, but he's a true dual threat. He ran for 875 yards and 11 touchdowns last season. He's a do-it-all kind of guy. He's not playing with a lot of talent out there in White Oak, but he's a guy that's trying to win each and every game, whether it's running it or throwing it, and I believe that he is going to have a big year in 2025 as well. At number 8, from Marshall, Texas, we've got the senior Alton Henderson. Last year, Marshall went 4 rounds deep. They lost to Sock last year in a physical matchup. I think they lost 28-14. Their physical running game is the real reason why they were there. And a part of that physical run game was the run game of Alton Henderson. Alton Henderson ran the ball 692 yards for 10 touchdowns, and he provided some balance to them as well. Also throwing the ball for 1,385 yards for 13 touchdowns to 7 picks. His completion percentage isn't going to be too high. It's kind of an all-or-nothing throws for them. They run some play action. They run some good old-school boot action, and they get the ball to the tight end and fullback easily. But a lot of the shots to the wide receivers are downfield, so don't expect a great percentage from the completion part of it, especially running this style of offense. But he is a manager. He is a guy that can get the ball to the right place. And when you run that option and when you have to deal the ball as a quarterback, having that solid guy that can get the play ran and operated correctly is a big deal for this type of offense, and why I believe he's the number 8 guy coming back for 2025. At number 7 from Winsboro, we've got Noli Carroll. Noli Carroll comes in here. He's the senior year coming into 2025, and a lot kind of like Caden Granberry. This kid's got one of the best targets in the world to throw it to, and Camden Capehart. Camden Capehart, who has more offers than most people have underwear. This dude is extremely talented and fast. He's committed to Florida State, I believe. But anyway, Carroll is not only does he have Capehart, but he's a great thrower of the football, a tough runner as well. He's a guy that can get it on the ground. And he had a lot of pressure coming into 2025. He replaced Kyler Finney, who was the school's best quarterback probably ever. And so with that pressure, to come in and throw for 2,771 yards and 38 touchdowns is immaculate. Now, they had Tyson Johnson last year who ran for 2,000 and over 20-something touchdowns as well. He's gone. So I believe Carroll's going to be and Capehart are going to be more of the focal point of the offense, which could mean really big numbers from Winsboro's passing game this year. At number 6, we've got one of the best athletes in East Texas from Grand Saline. It is Jet Taylor. Jet Taylor is more of a runner than he is a passer. He actually ran for more yards than he actually threw for in 2024, and both are some pretty good numbers. He ran for 1,909 yards, almost 2,000 yards, and 28 touchdowns, and he also threw for 1,593 yards for 15 touchdowns to just 4 interceptions. Now, what's the most impressive thing about Jet's game is his name, man. That dude can absolutely fly. His running game and his ability to score from anywhere on the field whenever he tucks it keeps that Grand Saline offense very dangerous. They had a great season last year. I believe they went at least 12-1 at one point. in the season, maybe 11-1 at one point in the season. They were really on a roll. He's not only is he a great player for him on offense, but he also plays safety for him as well, trying to sure in that back end on the secondary. So he's a really good football player, and I've got him punched in at number 6 in this preseason list for 2025. At number 5, we've got ourselves quite the wild card pick here in quarterback Cam Reitner from Texas High. Now, Texas High is known for, having really great quarterback play throughout their history, and I believe Cam Reitner is just the next one to light it on fire for those Tigers. He played quarterback as a freshman, very dynamic. Remember watching him in scrimmages, very dynamic as a quarterback, really a slasher. And the last couple of years, he showed that dynamic play at wide receiver, being one of the quickest and the fastest and one of the guys with the best rack ability in East Texas after he catches the ball. So he's going to be a threat in the running game. And not only is he a threat in the running game, he has a pretty good arm. He's shown some clips this spring of him launching the ball out there. He's got plenty of targets to throw it to as well in Texarkana, as they always reload. On top of that, he's got the best player in East Texas probably coming back in Trey Ball. So he's got a lot to work with, and he's playing quarterback. He's the most dynamic dude on the field, and I believe that he'll be a very, very good football player and potentially a top 25 player on this year's top 100. At number 4, we've got the most entertaining and electric passer of the football, I believe, in East Texas coming back, and that is the junior from Edgewood and Trevor Golightly. Now, Trevor Golightly absolutely lit it up. He plays with a bunch of swagger. He's a great athlete. He plays from and throws the football from a lot of different arm angles. He's a guy that's highly accurate. He's got a really fast receiver in LaJathan Johnson coming back to throw that football again to. So he's coming into his junior season after absolutely lighting it up as a sophomore. He actually got a taste of football as a freshman. He threw for over 1,000 yards and 17 touchdowns as a freshman. As a sophomore, he really went up 3,470 passing yards on 62% completion, 40 touchdowns to just 12 interceptions. This year, I believe he's going to have to cut the interceptions down for Edgewood to play deep into the playoffs, but he does have the talent to take over games. He has the receivers to throw it to, and he has the accuracy downfield to play for a very long time if the rest of the team can support him. At number 4, Trevor Golightly. At number 3, we've got a quarterback that's going to push some guys out of these top 50s and top 100s lists as soon as the next go-around comes around, and this time it's the namesake. We all know him, Jet Surratt. Jet Surratt, going into his senior year, 2 years of absolutely tearing it up in East Texas. In his first varsity season, he threw for way more yards than he actually threw in this past season. He was a lot healthier that year. Last season had a hurt shoulder the entire year. Still threw for 3,380 yards and 53 touchdowns. The great thing about Jet has coming back, Jet has the best running back duo in East Texas coming back once again, and KJ Edwards and Benny Smith. Those two guys are absolutely good enough to turn around and hand the ball to every single play, and they'll win the games. They can go 16-0, 100% run with those two running backs. So with that luxury, when you've got a quarterback who is as knowledgeable as Jet, a guy that is very accurate on the football, that's his calling card. He can place the ball pretty much anywhere. He has great timing. He knows when and how his guys are going to be. Great relationship with his receivers. One of them is his cousin, for goodness sake. So they've been throwing the ball to each other for a very, very long time. I just believe Jet Surratt, he's not the top end, most talented guy in the world. He's not the biggest guy in the world, but he's just, like I say, he is a steady playmaker, and he's going to continuously do the right thing. He really cut his interceptions down from his sophomore year to his junior year, and I believe his senior year he's going to have a big, big season. At number 3, Jet Surratt. At number 2, we've got possibly the best prospect we've seen in East Texas in a very long time. It is Kavian Bryant of Palestine Westwood. This dude is tall, man. He's about 6'4", 6'5". He's about 190 pounds. He looks like he is electric looking, man. When I tell you, when he launches the ball, it looks like Vince Young is letting the ball go. That's who he reminds me of. He looks like an even more polished version of Vince Young in high school. He's a guy that can run it. Obviously, not only is he one of the best quarterback prospects in the nation. He's also one of the best hoopers in the nation as well. Last season, he threw for 2,442 yards for 34 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. He also ran for 709 yards and 11 touchdowns. Now, Kavion Bryant's losing his best player, and I believe in John Denman, who was just absolutely phenomenal last season. But this guy's bringing in 67 touchdowns of experience into his junior season. I believe he's going to be the focal format. I don't believe he's going to I don't think they're going to overuse him. I think they're going to be. I don't think you do that to these guys that have these kind of promise. But I do think he's going to, by this time and when the big games comes, I think he's going to take it over, and I expect him to lead this team to championship level of style of football. One or two quarterbacks, I believe, that's going to take their teams to state this year, and that's why Kavion Bryant comes in here at number 2. And the number 1 quarterback coming back from East Texas for 2025 is from Kilgore, Texas, and his name is Kason Brooks. Nobody carried their team and nobody quarterbacked their team the way Brooks did in 2024. From week 1 to week 16, he carried that team, led them to victories, not the state championship, but he led that team entirely the entire year, threw for 3,673 yards and 43 touchdowns. Those numbers are insane numbers. It's topped every Kilgore record. He's already, to me, the best quarterback that's played at Kilgore High. Even as a sophomore, he got one chance to start and play a game or finish a game. He comes in the playoffs, and Kilgore operates and plays like as normal with their backup in. So that kind of lets you know what kind of season he was going to have as a junior. Took this team to state, got him over the hump, got him past the 4th round, got him into the 5th round, got him into the state title game. Hadn't been there in about a decade, probably 11 years since I believe Kilgore had been to the state title game. And so Brooks losing a lot now. He's losing a lot of Division I talent, some D2 talent, some really, really good football players. He's losing, but I believe that in Kaysen, I believe he's a really good football player. He's got a lot of good guys coming back. LaKeelan Graves is coming back. Isaiah Waters, the running back, is coming back. Little Williams is coming back. He'll be a junior this year. They've got some talent to reload with. So I don't believe it's going to hurt a little bit to lose Sanders and Towns, but I do believe, like they do every year, Kilgore will reload, and I believe Kason Brooks is going to raise that trophy this year and cement himself as one of the best quarterbacks in East Texas history.